In this activity, students will show their understanding of World History Standard 15 by creating video journals from the perspective of men, women, and children who were impacted by industrialization and urbanization. In this standard, we will take a look at the impact of industrialization and urbanization across the globe with a specific focus on Great Britain, Germany, and Japan. In this activity, students will create a video journal from the perspective of a person living during the height of industrialization. In this activity, students must take on the persona and write from the perspective of, and they have a choice, a 35-year-old male factory worker, a 35-year-old female factory worker, a 12-year-old male coal mine worker, or a 12-year-old female factory worker. The video journal entry should include all of the following points of interest and topics: income, housing situation, family size, education, outlook on current life, goals or outlook on the future, and at least 3 primary sources. Consider using the Circle of Viewpoints routine from Harvard University to guide students' thinking to create the video journal. Circle of Viewpoints helps students to identify and consider different and diverse perspectives. Here's an example. Students will read about or research their chosen persona with the following prompts in mind. I am thinking of blank, in this case, industrialization, from the viewpoint of blank, in this case, a 12-year-old female. I think. Here, we'll have students describe the topic from the viewpoint of their chosen persona. We will encourage students to take on the character of that persona as they jot notes. Other questions that we might ask or answer during our reading: what questions might I ask others? If in our 3 tiers of the circle we have more questions, we can actually create spokes on the outside of the circle. By doing such, we are able to ask additional questions, such as who might be involved in my life, who might care about these conditions, and why does all of this matter? Students will read the following vignettes from the Eyewitness to History website: Children and Work, Women at Work, Life of the Wealthy, Death of a Child. You may also wish to incorporate primary source images to accompany the Eyewitness to History text. The High Museum of Art has a good bit of its permanent collection now available for online viewing. The High even has objects that are not currently accessible on their website, but are available for educational purposes. Of course, you can also find primary source images at the Library of Congress site. Once you visit the Eyewitness to History website, you may choose to provide additional articles for your students. Students may use PowerPoint, Office Mix, iMovie, Windows Movie Maker, or other tools to create their video journal. The video journal will consist of the students recording audio to accompany the 3 primary source images. This will require organization. Students will want to create an outline. Students should start by outlining what they have to say. what they intend to show, and their main points. Students may wish to use the Circle of Viewpoints graphic organizer to create this outline. A script. Students should know what they are going to say before they begin. A storyboard. Students often have higher expectations than they can actually deliver. Having them present a storyboard before recording makes them plan each step of the process and encourages them to gather resources in advance. Some notes for the teacher. You'll want to establish criteria like length and quantity for filming or creating the video journal. You'll also want to establish criteria for publishing the video. Will students simply share their video with you? Or will students upload videos to sites like YouTube, Vimeo, or a learning management system like Edmodo, Schoology, or It's Learning? Before publishing a student video, make sure that you have checked your school's acceptable use policy, and also make sure that copyright infringement has not occurred. Concluding thoughts. Teacher discretion may be used during any portion of this activity. This activity can also be modified and used with additional Georgia Standards of Excellence for world history. Remember to utilize Georgia Department of Education curriculum resources to support your work with students.